What's up, guys? Here with you with FC Wonderkid. Here with my guy, Pedro.
Hey
How
guys.
are you?
Fine, mate. What about you?
So, if you clicked in this thumbnail, you know what we're about to talk. And it's bold, and it's Pick the Duo, a new popular game here at FC Wonderkid. And I love to do this with you, Pedro, because it's always bold, my guy. Are you ready?
I'm not sure, man. You always put me on the spot, so let's see.
So let's go with the first one, and it's an El Clasico edition, as we like to do. And we got here Vinicius Junior. Pick the duo between Vinicius Junior and Camavinga, and Pedri and Ansu Fati. Pick the duo, Pedro.
Okay, I will go with Vini Jr. and Camavinga ahead of Ansu Fati and Pedri.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain why, okay? For me, Vini Jr. has much more potential than Ansu Fati. Also driven to the fact that Ansu Fati has proven himself injury prone, okay? And that's the main reason why I picked this duo. And also, I've already said Camavinga ahead of Pedri, so I cannot go back on my word,
That
guys.
is bold, man, to say that Camavinga's ahead of Pedri.
I think in the long term, I don't say it now because Camavinga isn't starting every match for Real Madrid at the moment. But I think that in the future it will happen because I see more ability in Camavinga's feet than on Pedri's feet.
I love Pedri's feet though, man, but I agree with you on this one. And the duo that I pick, just like you, ahead of Pedri and Fati, is Vinicius Junior and Camavinga. Because come on, if you got the duo of youngsters performing in a Champions League final, you gotta rate them. So
Yeah.
I pick Vinicius.
And the truth is, that duo already has a Champions League. Come on.
If it was Vinicius Junior and Pedri, that would be my perfect duo. But Vinicius Junior and Camavinga, in my opinion, that would be the duo that I pick. So let's get to it. So we got your duo that you picked, right?
Sorry, yeah, I got a duo for you. So let's go with Prime Rooney and Prime Ronaldo, or Prime Lewandowski and Prime Muller.
Yep, I know I'm gonna get hate on both sides, man, but I'm gonna say Ronaldo and Rooney, and I'm just gonna say this: Prime Rooney is the best Englishman I have ever seen with my eyes. With my eyes, Rooney was a proper menace, and at given moments on the pitch at Man United, Rooney would overshine Ronaldo. Ronaldo at Man United had mad skills, and that was my favorite version of Ronaldo to watch. So Rooney's got big respect for me. I'm gonna go with I'll pick Rooney and Ronaldo ahead of Muller and Lewandowski, man. So what's your
Okay, I will pick Prime Ronaldo and Prime Rooney ahead of Prime Lewandowski and Prime Muller as well. And the thing is, Rooney is a man that already banged in 25 and 27 goals in a Premier League season, okay? 2 times, 25 in one occasion and 27 on the other. And a guy that does that, man, on the Premier League, best league in the world, okay? It's a proper menace, as you said, okay? And for me, Cristiano Ronaldo, I started watching football because of Ronaldo at United, okay? Because I saw those mad skills and I was like, how is this even possible? And besides,
everybody in Portugal
every
was
defender
talking
was
about
like,
that.
where's the ball?
Yeah, true.
Well, even Ronaldo was already on his way to the goal and the defender was still looking
And the
for the
free
ball.
kicks, the
Okay.
iconic free kicks.
Iconic free kick against Portsmouth, okay?
Fuck.
Best free kick ever, arguably, okay? Ronaldo's free kick against Portsmouth.
The goal against Porto.
The Puskás Award goal against Porto.
Ronaldo.
We had many great moments of Ronaldo at Man United. Even besides those skills, he still banged in goals and provided assists for Rooney and other players as the likes of Berbatov as well.
Tevez,
Carlitos Tevez.
Tevez at that time was a menace too. And let's be honest, Ronaldo won a Ballon d'Or at Man United. So the levels are there, iconic.
So yeah, I cannot pick any. I can pick some duos ahead of, but I cannot pick Lewandowski and Muller, even though Muller, as I previously mentioned, is one of the most underrated players of all time. The most underrated player of all times.
Yes.
Because he consistently performs.
Shout out to David Vida.
But as we are talking about prime moments, I will pick Ronaldo and Rooney because I think on their prime they are better than Lewandowski and Muller. We're talking about Rooney. he was the Englishman with the most goals for the national team. I think he was now surpassed by Harry Kane. But until last week, he was the Englishman with the most goals for the English national team.
He's more iconic. Look at the trophy cabinet of Rooney on him. Major respect.
How many Premier Leagues?
I have no idea.
It's like 5?
But for Ferguson, he was Sir Alex Ferguson. Rooney was crucial. And now as a coach, you can't say anything against Rooney in that locker room. He's a leader and a voice. And that's why I am hyped to see Wayne Rooney as a coach too. One day definitely in the Premier League. Maybe he fixed things at Man United, man. But let's see, Erik ten Hag, it can go well. It can go well.
Let's see.
But yes, going with another duo, staying like Manchester duos, okay, that we might see next season going against each other. Pick the duo between Rodri and Bernard Silva and Frankie de Jong and Bruno Fernandes. Pick your duo between these two. Who would you pick between Bruno Fernandes and Frankie de Jong and Rodri and Bernard Silva, Pedro?
Come on. First of all, sorry, Man United fans, because I'm about to sin. I'm going to choose Bernard Silva and Rodri over Frankie de Jong and Bruno Fernandes, okay? It hurts me to say that some player is better than Bruno Fernandes because at the moment he's one of my favorite players, okay?
Bernard Silva right now, you pick him ahead of Bruno Fernandes.
Yes, because Bruno Fernandes didn't have a proper season in my eyes. He had a good season, but not the season most were expecting, okay? Also, United underperformed, so it has to do with that as well. But Rodri just bosses the mid at the back of Man City's midfield, and Bernard Silva is just a different perfume on the ball. And besides being a classy player on the ball, Bernard Silva just runs everywhere. He's untireable, okay? He's never tired. He's always the player that puts in those miles on the pitch. And yeah, that's why I pick Bruno Fernandes. That's why I pick Bernard Silva and Rodri ahead of Bruno Fernandes and Frankie de Jong.
I go with what you said. I think you completed it, and I completely agree. I think it's fact, and I pick Bernard Silva and Rodri because Bernard Silva, I agree with you, much better than Bruno Fernandes this season, and Rodri as a 6, underrated. Underrated, should be talked more. Definitely top 5 in the world in that position.
People don't talk enough about Rodri because he's a low-profile guy.
And now with this another duo, I think there's a low-profile guy too, and that guy is Kimmich. Okay, for me, should be talked a lot more for how good he is. World-class Kimmich. And so, pick the duo between Kimmich and Jude Bellingham and Casemiro and Pedri. Which of the two would you go for? Kimmich and Jude Bellingham or Casemiro and Pedri? Pick the duo between the two.
Okay, that's actually a good one, but I will go with Casemiro and Pedri ahead of Jude Bellingham and Kimmich.
Okay.
Nonetheless, Kimmich is a world-class player, okay, that can play at the world-class level, either at the right back or any position in the midfield, okay? And that has value to it. But Pedri and Casemiro are just a step ahead, I think, of Kimmich and Jude Bellingham. Pedri plays a consistent role at Barca. Jude Bellingham has his moments, okay? But Dortmund didn't perform this season. And Casemiro, come on, the guy has like 5 Champions League
but
trophies.
Kimmich, though, right now.
I know Kimmich is a world-class player, but at the moment, with the importance Casemiro has been having at Real Madrid for some years now, I cannot put him ahead of Casemiro.
Okay, I might go bold on this one, man. But yes, I agree with you. I'll go with Casemiro and Pedri. But I agree with a lot you said. Kimmich and Jude Bellingham are bold and extremely good Bundesliga players. But let's wait and see Jude Bellingham in the Prem.
So man, come on, now we're agreeing a lot today. That's kind of weird.
Well, let's go with it. The bold one. It's the one in the thumbnail. And this is a bold pick, the duo between these players. And it's prime Thierry Henry and Zidane against prime Ronaldo Fenômeno and Ronaldinho. Who would you pick between these duos? Zidane and Henry against Ronaldinho and Ronaldo Fenômeno. Pick the duo.
Okay, I will pick prime Ronaldinho and prime Ronaldo Nazário over prime Zidane and prime Thierry Henry.
Yes!
And I'll tell you why. Even though, guys, Zidane is like he's on my top 5 favorites all-time players, okay? I think he was very classy. We'll never see another player like Zidane.
Well, Ballon d'Or winner.
The way he conducted the ball, the skill he had on the ball, the way he shot, the vision. Zidane was like the most complete midfielder ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Zidane is a different kind of baller, but Ronaldinho on his prime was just another type of player. Okay, we're talking about arguably on his prime the best player of all times. He had the potential, Ronaldinho, to become the best player of all time.
At Milan and Barcelona.
And the joy Ronaldinho had playing. Okay, the joy. He would infect any fan. Okay, everybody loved Ronaldinho. Even the biggest rival, even Real Madrid fans loved Ronaldinho at Barca. Come on, everybody loved him. And when we're talking about prime Ronaldo Nazário, I think his career was really unfortunate due to the injuries, to his knee injuries. I think also he could have become, he's already legendary, but he could have become the striker in world football of all time as well.
He could have been the best player ever, Ronaldo Nazário.
He was a number 9 that had the feet of a number 10, of a perfect number 10, okay? And he banged in those goals, and he had the skill, okay? So we're talking about a really skillful duo, Ronaldinho and Ronaldo Nazário, so that's why I picked him.
And I'm going to complete with what you said, okay? Zidane, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo Nazário, all won a Ballon d'Or. Out of these four, Thierry Henry didn't win the Ballon d'Or. That's something to say. And in a final, Ronaldo Nazário, in a World Cup final, he scored 2 goals at Oliver Kahn. Oliver Kahn, that is arguably one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time. Ronaldo Nazário did that. And I think he beat him twice in that World Cup. And that was elite levels. But we all know France won the World Cup in 98. And Zidane had 2 goals too in that final. And that's why he won the Ballon d'Or. But I'm going to agree with you. But just as one thing I have got to ask you. Do you think Ronaldinho is better than Zidane? Do you believe Ronaldinho is better than Zidane?
I believe he had better feet.
I pick Zidane.
But
I pick Zidane.
I will pick Zidane, but it costs me a lot to say this because Zidane and Ronaldinho are both players I love, but I pick Zidane above Ronaldinho as well.
Okay. So I agree with the Zidane above Ronaldinho, and I'm gonna say Ronaldinho, Ronaldo Fenômeno ahead of Henry and Zidane. Okay. Henry didn't win the Ballon d'Or, but he's the French top goal scorer. So he's got unbelievable career moments too. Arsenal Invincibles, gotta say. But Ronaldinho, I agree with what you said. The potential on him. And Ronaldo Fenômeno was to be the best in the world. So that was a great point that you said. You agree with that?
But I'm still shook with what you asked me, man.
What?
Ronaldinho versus Zidane, that's crazy.
I got you shook, so here's the last one, okay, Pedro? I don't want to get you as shook as that one. But the last one, pick the duo between Saka and Foden and Rafael Leão and João Felix. Pick the duo. England against Portugal, I'd say. Saka and Foden against Rafael Leão and João Felix. Who'd you go for?
I will go with Rafael Leão and João Felix ahead of Saka and Foden.
Okay.
The reason is simple. We're talking about the best player in Serie A considered. I'm just speaking facts here. Rafael Leão was considered the best player in Serie A.
It's true.
Arguably one of the best leagues in the world. For me, the second best league in the world. Okay.
Whoa!
No, sorry. Forgot La Liga. Okay. The third best league in the world.
But at given moments, Serie A had that caliber. It was the best league in the world at a given moment.
If you compare Serie A with La Liga,
right now,
I think the top teams in La Liga are better than the top teams in Serie A. But I think the mid-table teams and the lower tier teams in Serie A are better than the ones in La Liga.
I'd say Serie A was above La Liga, but right now.
But yeah, nonetheless.
Yes, sorry.
So okay, I will restart. I will pick Rafael Leão and João Felix above of Saka and Foden, and the reason is that Rafael Leão was elected the best player in Serie A. And you cannot go against that fact. He is a baller. He contributed to the first title, to the first Scudetto of Milan on the last 10 years. Okay, so they broke the Juve and Inter dominance last year.
Well, yeah.
And João Felix, man, that guy is a Ballon d'Or potential contender, okay?
If he's at the right club, man.
He has that talent. He has the ability. He's just lacking the right tactics for him.
Guardiola save João Felix.
So if you go Foden against João Felix, I would say Foden, okay?
But next season at Man City.
But putting that duo, Foden and Saka, against João Felix and Rafael Leão, I cannot put the Englishman duo ahead of the Portuguese duo.
And Rafael Leão has that. I'd compare him with Henry that we mentioned previously. It's the dribbling that you cannot stop. And it's inevitable for him just to pass through you. Rafael Leão.
And those long legs, man. If Rafael Leão decides to pass by you, ciao. You're over, man. Even if you get the side right, okay, the guy's going to pass by my right side.
Yes.
You have no chance because if he puts the ball through your right side, he has those long legs, he will run over you in a second, okay?
So Saka at left back would have trouble against Rafael Leão.
For sure, for sure.
But I'm going to agree with you with this one. And not Portuguese bias, because the point that you said, best player in Serie A, and the other player goes for 126 at a given moment to Athletic Madrid. Okay, it was overpaid by many people that say that, but the quality is there, okay? And João Felix and Rafael Leão, just like Foden and Saka, you can say that for England too, but they will be stars for Portugal in the present and future. This World Cup, I am dying to see what they can do for us.
Totally agreed.
So put down below, people, do you agree with our pick our duos? Tell us, pick the duos that we should do. Put down below in the comment section all your thoughts that we love to see. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to FC Wonderkid on YouTube community. Thank you for hearing until now and going bold community.
Take care, guys.